Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're going to do one of those quickie crafts. At least I'm hoping it's quick. It's just some kind of junk mail I just got from Kroger's. Aren't they so nice to be sending me something telling me about points and I don't know how to use them? But anyhow, we're going to use this little trifold and just create something fun out of it. Here is the sneaky peek of the day. And I'll tell you, I really love this little piece. I made it up. It's like the hidden journaling like I'm always crazy about. And the other day I was telling you about this paper clip, and I wasn't sure if it was considered altered because you can actually see it. I just hung, let me see if I can pull it off. I just kind of had some scraps of lace and ribbon, and I just kind of, I think I took this flat lace and I made it into a sandwich like that. And then I kind of just built everything on top of it. And at the top, it's kind of like a curtain where you put it on a curtain rod. I just slid it on there. Or actually, I did it on there before I started gluing everything together. That was the way I did it. So, and then I had a little bit of this heart lace, and I put the little ribbon through it. I had a few extra little pieces there. This was some bling that I got at Hobby Lobby and put on there. Had a little touch of purple. There was a little pink and white lace or ribbon up in there. You can't see it. And then some netting. So that's all there was to it. I don't think that's considered altered. That's what I was meaning when I was talking the other day. But it slides on here really easy. And then you can put something on this side. And then you have it on that side to kind of pretty it up. If it was on, since this is silver and that's silver, I think it's okay, or it looks good. You could somehow decorate something up on this upper branch, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that would work out. But anyhow, over here, the hidden journaling. I had this idea. I don't know what prompted it. It's probably something I was watching on Gail Augustinelli's page. But here you have what it looks like. It's almost like a tuck. I've got it decorated here. I've got little gewgaws there. It's actually 3 little pockets in here that hold these guys. And they're also for where you could journal on the back of them. And I think they're all from the same kit, so they all look nice and uniform together. You flip it over here, you see the back sides of them, and you have another little decorative page. But watch this. La la. Secret journaling. You don't even see it when it's all together like this, so nobody even knows it's there. So you just have to watch out that these 3 cards will clear this fold right here where the spine's at. I do have a video on it, so don't worry. I'm going to link it at the end. And I'll be sure that you can see how I did this. It's really fun. I was putting in a small journal, and then I expanded it for the big one. Oh, I'm going to just kept on pedaling. Okay, since I did that, let's go to the next page. This was a little drawing that I made up of this, and I wanted to layer the lace. This was some of that Angela Kerr lace digital that I'm always mentioning. I had pulled out 3 pieces of it and formed it to where it looked like it was coning around the dress. I put a little actual bit of lace down here at the bottom. I've got the little polka dot showing, and then there's the polka dot of her dress. I put pearls. This is actually a button that I cut the shanky thing off of. That was all plastic to make it a cameo. So that's how that turned out. I do have a little whatever you call it, a little template of it. I'm gonna have to bring that out sometime and figure out how to share it with everybody. This here is what? I think it's just a regular pocket. Maybe it's a fold over. I think it might be an envelope. Yeah, I think that's what this is. It's an actual envelope that's folded over. You cut both ends off. You cut a little thumb pull area in each of those areas. And then you've got, you got 1, 2, and then, well, 3. 3 is behind everybody else. And that green kind of reminds me of the blue over here. So I thought that went in this blue in this as well. I may have to show you how to do this, though. It's very simple. But I'll write that down in my notes over there to show you how to do this as one of the quickie crafts. Okay, before I forget myself and keep flipping, let me just put this in here and we'll get to our little project. You got to see a couple goodies today. All right, this is a paper pad that Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy sent me, Enchanted Garden Collection. Well, I went through it and I found this with beautiful little bird water feeder thingy there. Bird bath, that's what you call it, a bird bath. So I picked that out, and then I picked this to be the background paper or the inside paper, because it does really go well. It's sort of got the scroll design going here. We may still get in here and do some stamping. I've got some stamps over here that I've picked out to dude it up a little bit. I've also got a couple of little ephemera pieces, and I have some feathers left over from the Peacock Journal that really go with the colors in this. So we're going to see what we can do with that. So let's get this out of the way and get our trifold over here and pull the GUIs off of it. It's got, well, it must have only had one GUI. Is that all of them? I think so. I must have pulled the other one off because I kept flipping and looking at it. Oh, there's one right there in the bottom corner. There we go. All right, so what I've got here is this is the bottom. So let me put that to the side. Is to put this along the bottom down here. Can you see that far down? I think I've got, okay. So it's to go across here, and then I've got a little bit left over here that's not covered. So more than likely I'm going to pull a piece or something up here to follow through. It's sort of the same kind of, pattern going on. But this is, how tall is it? You're probably wanting to know. It is about 8.5. So it's either going to be a standalone, or you can send it as Happy Mail. It could be like a little birthday card, whatever you think you would want to use it as. And it's about 4.5, a little over 4.5 wide. So we're going to cut this off at 8.5. All right, I got my cutter over here. So let's go 8.5. Now, if we might want to go a little bit over just so I can trim it. Half the time I can't quite glue it straight. No surprise there, right? And the inside piece, we're going to do the same thing too. 8.5 and just a little over. Okay. And we're going to keep this here because I know I'm probably going to need it to cut those extra little pieces off, but we won't worry about them until we glue these down. This is going to be for the outside, like that. I need to figure out, I would like to pre-score it though. So let me kind of make a little mark right here where the score needs to be and just get it in there. I think it'll help me out in the long run. So that's where I'm going to use my little pre-marked row here and just use it. Make sure it's flat at the top, so it's perpendicular. There we go. So I got that one done. We'll get that one here. And we're going to get this little bit off air. Oh, did I thank you for coming to visit? All right. I would really want to thank all my new subscribers and all my stalwart, always there for me, wonderful commenting subscribers. I love when you talk to me and tell me things, like if you've tried it, how your weather is. I mean, it could be anything. We're just chatting. We're just chatting. It's just fun time, So we can just get on here and discuss anything you want. I try to be upbeat. I don't like to be, a sad Nelly or whatever they call that. A wet willy. I don't know. What is that phrase? But yeah, I just like to get on here and try to make a little fun element in your day and maybe tell you some stuff, usually about my family history and that kind of thing. Some of the trips that I've been on and places I've been. It's just, you don't know what's going to come out each day. And then you got days where I'm kind of quiet and tired and I just don't talk too much. It just depends. It's like Russian roulette. You don't know what's going to hit the board that day. Oh, well, I got to sleep in late the day, so I guess I'm just now getting to it. All right, I gotta get this down here because this stuff likes to dry fast. All right, I think it's going to stick out a little bit at the top. I definitely want my little bird bath all the way in there. And then we're going to get it onto something because I'm going to be rubbing it with this and it's probably going to squeak out. All right. Well, I was trying to figure out the last thing I remember talking about, because sometimes I put these in between videos, the longer ones, so sometimes they're not like side by side with each other. But I was talking about Cotton Hill, where my great-granddad was. He lived up on Cotton Hill. They called him Cotton Hill Bill. And he rode a mule everywhere he went. And I was talking about my grandpa's mother. She died when he was like a year and 4 or 5 months old. So he never really got to know her. Well, it was him and his younger sister. She was Rebecca. And they were all living, I guess, up on Cotton Hill. And Cotton Hill Bill goes and gets married again. And he married a Millie Delphia Copley. There's a bunch of Copleys around that area way back when. And so he married her. And trying to match up. I think that'll match up a whole lot better. Let me get this off here. So he marries her, and she has 2 more children. He had a daughter and a son with each of his wives. I always thought that was kind of neat. And she had a son, and then she had a daughter. And it's kind of tragic. Because the daughter, she got married and had a baby and I guess died in childbirth. And so the son, he had twins. He had twin boys. I got to actually meet one of them way, way back. And his name was Brady. It was Brady and Grady. Yeah. And so they were all living up there on Cotton Hill. And my granddad, that was his stepmother, and she helped raise him and everything. And I guess he considered her his mom. He did name one of his girls after her, so he thought a lot of her. She was known to be a very, very good cook. When I was talking about the other day with the Memorial Day feasts that they would have up on Cotton Hill, she was one of the big cooks, adding some delicious dishes to all the things that they were eating. I keep trying to figure out which way I want to turn this. All right, I think I'm going to... It's a little too white right there, so I'm going to rub a little vintage photo along this edge and see if I can't... Yeah, this is not part of the quickie craft. See if I can get that correspond a little better. Well, it didn't do too much. It's more yellow now, isn't it? Maybe this one. Pretty soon it's going to be so dark, it's not going to look like. Maybe I can stick something there. That might be the way I get around that. Yeah, so she had a dad who, his name was James Samuel Copley, but they called him Broke Leg Jim Copley. I guess he broke his leg, and he always walked around like with a cane. So he, in his older age, lived up on Cotton Hill as well. I was just saying that old Joel Crumb, who was the dad of Cotton Hill Bill's first wife, he lived up there with him as well. But I guess he passed away a whole lot earlier. And then Broke Leg Jim, he lived up there with him because in his obit it mentions that he died up on Cotton Hill at his home. And it was, there's this one place called Webb, and it's close to Kentucky. Actually, it's like it kind of goes along the river, and it kind of shoots out there at one point, and there was a huge community of people that lived there. Well, I guess that's kind of where they lived at one point. Boy, I did mess that up, but I'm going to probably put this big thing across here. There's nothing going on here, and I wanted something pretty on the outside, so I'm going to do that. All right, let's get this bent, because we're going to be gluing something else to it. If you'd used thinner paper, that may be good. I was trying to find something pretty. Okay. And as you can see, I've got all kinds of stuff on the back here where I was researching some census. Oh, I love the census. I really, really love the census. I can find so much information out. They're kind of tricky, though, to try to get the right people and to try to see if that's them. Sometimes you have to trace the kids, but as it's every 10 years, sometimes it's not that easy to look into that. Sometimes the kids went to live with relatives. All right, we're going to see about getting this on the inside. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to try and do a little mark where I need to score it. And see if that'll help. Yeah, I'm always into using up junk mail. Junk anything. So that's what I'm hoping I'm getting across to you. How to just kind of piddle and play with whatever you've got at hand. If this could have just been some scrap paper you might have had around, you could collage on this. It doesn't really have to be one big solid piece of paper. All right, so let's get over here and do this. It's going to be nice and sturdy, though, once I get done with it, because it has some heft to it already. I did look into my thin papers, but I didn't really see anything I liked. So I chose this. So, yeah, there must have been quite a bit of people that lived up on Cotton Hill. When I went up there to visit, when I first found out about it, it didn't look like that many people could live up there. Only about 10, if that. So it must have been like over time you had different ones that lived there. I don't even know what their closest post office would have been. Probably Stone Cold, which is where my grandpa ended up living with a bunch of the family, with his wife's family. It was no one in his family lived there. It was all her siblings, and that's where she was basically from. Probably born and raised in Stone Cold. All right, this is a nice neutral piece that we could put anything on. Trying to balance it out there. get that up there for now till we get this smoothed out. Oh yeah. Okay, go this way. Alright, now to trim. Alright, now I got to get this one last little piece here put on, and we'll be done covering it. But there's more. Alright, let me get that cut out. Let's see if I can do it from the bottom down here. I'm sorry you won't be able to see it, but I'm just going straight up through there. And we're going to go straight across this cut. There. And somebody is out there shooting. And sounds like fireworks going off almost. There's like hundreds going off at one time. Yeah, I live in a country, so there are some idiots around here. It's not even close to hunting season, so what is he doing? Must be one of those neighbors, you know. We have a few of those neighbors around. Oh. I pushed it when I was dragging my little guy on here. All right. I'm trying not to get it on the back side here. Oh, there. I made it. I didn't get anything on there. Okay, now the fun part. We're going to take a little bit of the one of the two here, and we're going to do some stamping. And I think that color may be a nice one to go around the outside edge with. I don't think I've ever tried it, but we're going to. Alright, I got one of these crafter squares from the Dollar Tree, and I like this really big plant right there. And I thought it would be pretty to have it coming up over there. And it's got a couple of ferns on it that I'm going to place on here as well. How do you get into it? There we go. And let's see what we can do to decorate this up a bit. Yeah, I was surprised to find these stamps in there because usually I go in and I can't find anything. Sometimes I've gone to another city and I've found more there than I do in my own hometown. So here we go. I'm wanting to put it there, and I'm thinking I'll keep the blue for, and this is a northern pine. That one's a teal zeal, and I've got a bird I want to put on here as well. So we'll do the green for the plants and the blue for the bird. And I think this has got enough blue in it that it's going to work okay. I haven't seasoned these stamps, so hopefully they're going to go down and work good for me, like that. And because the paper was so thick, when I was folding it and trying to press it, there's some cracking going on. So that gives me the opportunity to use one of my new little gadgets here, a sanding disc. Now that one leaf, well, there's a couple leaves that doesn't come out. We're not going to worry about it. We're not going to worry about it. It's supposed to be rustic. All right, let me get this in here and get these two ferns. I love ferns. I do not know why, but I'm crazy about ferns. Where's the other one? He's up here. I've got a window here, and I've got a couple of cute little ferns that grow behind, right between the two rhododendrons. And then I have my bird feeder. There goes that gun-toting idiot up the hill again. But I have a bird feeder here that most times it's got something in it. The blue jays come around and eat a bunch and then don't leave anything for the smaller birds. I have cardinals that come out and eat quite a bit. I've got one more fern for over here. So we're going to go that way with it. Some of that might get a little sanded off, but we're not going to worry about it. All right, now I'm going to do the bird. And the bird is out of this one from the Dollar Tree. And I love that flying sparrow. That's the one I usually always do. The guy right up here. And he's going to be in blue. I do need to wipe this off because I seem to have green all over it. There we go. He's in blue. Now he's seasoned. He's really holding his color well. So he's going to be right up here flying in the air. Okay. So let me get these put away and I'll be right back. Well, I forgot about a couple of them. Okay, I got this one too, which is like a sunflower garden kind of a thing. And I'm going to put the water pitcher here. I've got a butterfly that can fly maybe over here. And I like this little, like a postmark kind of thing and some of the script. And I really like that. So we're going to put a few more here. Plus the sentiment, have a nice day, I wanted to put on there. I'm always jumping the gun, aren't I? Well, I guess I should say I hope everybody is in happy spirits and happy health. And if you're not, I hope you get better soon. It's some crazy stuff going on out there. So I hope you get better. I know paper crafting with Miss Tommy's been under the weather lately. I hope you get well soon, girl. Get back to crafting. I noticed you didn't have a video today, so you must be feeling bad. And it takes a lot to get over things. Remember, we used to have a cold in the past, and boom, 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 it was gone. You know, what is going on anymore? We don't have that. Really easy to get rid of things, and you would think that having all the miracle marvels and stuff that's in the world now, we could kick it. But there always seems to be something that throws us off and we can't quite figure out what's going on. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty. That turned out a good. Whereas most of them don't for me. All right, I have a butterfly here. Little tiny guy. So I'm thinking he could go up here above the flowers. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have much on your page, you can always get in here and do something. I mean, you see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of piddling and putting some color down. Taking out a couple of inks, colors that kind of correspond and go with what I've got here. Have I used this one? It's kind of hard to get off of there. I must not have used that one. All right, this is that little script stamp, and I'm trying to figure out where I kind of want him. Maybe I'll put him on here. It's already some writing there. And if I put a little bit of that blue, because he's got a dark blue border, that might go together well. It needs a little more interest in this background. Yeah, I like that. It's not bad. It needed a little bit of something going on. It kind of, I don't know how you would describe it. It's kind of like it's a little too plain or a little too blank. And your eye didn't want to travel around and look at anything. I guess that's how you would explain it. I do have a little daisy on here. I'm thinking about using that little daisy as well. He might be going over here. I'm going to do him in blue. Yeah, he's going to go right here on the other side of the bird bath. Yeah, cute. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, now I'm putting all the stamps away. All right, now what I'm going to do is get in here and see if I can do some sanding. I hope it doesn't make a big mess, but I really need to sand this down. It's already cracking. It may, you know, ease it up a little bit on bending as well. So I'm just kind of going back and forth, back and forth. We are going to ink, so don't worry. I'm going to ink over this, so it's not going to be too ugly. It's actually kind of neat. It does give you an appearance of age. So I can't wait to use it on something I'm wanting to make grungy looking. Because you would use it on some words or some, you know, banners, or I gotta watch some more of what Tony does with it. She's used it quite often, and I need to pay more attention. She's not been feeling good either. I've watched her, and she's been having something going on, so I hope you get better, Tony. I know you don't watch me, but I'm putting it out there in the atmosphere. Yeah, I like to put it out in the atmosphere. Let me put my Grand Espresso back on there. But we're going to work with broken china. I thought broken china may be the one to use. I do have a teal sort of up there. Let me look at that. See, I have a salvage patina, but I didn't think it went. It's more of a, it's too teal. And this is a light color, and it's a very beautiful color, too. That one's an ink, and that one's an oxide. So, yeah, I guess it could... The oxides usually go on smoother. See how it's already going on to this, I can see. Ooh. I'm trying not to brush it too hard, because it's a little darker than I expected, but I don't think it's going to hurt a thing. Yeah. Sorry I'm at a weird angle for you. Maybe that's better. Okay. I don't think that's too bad. Alright, now let's go around the outside edge. My favorite thing to do. And I'm trying not to put too much on there, because this is pretty wet pad. I can't... Usually my pads aren't that wet. And I'm trying to put on one good thick layer at the base on the edge, and then I'm going at more of an angle to give it more of a modded or a blended look after a good bit of the ink has gotten off there. And then you can always rub it with the nice wet one against these edges that are pretty white. Now see, it's going very well with the inside in there. Yeah, really well. Now if a little bit goes around to the other side, that's fine. But I'm not going to ink that side. Sorry, Phyllis. Sorry. Poor Phyllis. I'm always teasing her about the inking. She loves to see people ink. And sometimes I do it, and sometimes I don't. It's hard to explain why sometimes I feel like I don't need to, and sometimes I do. It's just, I guess I look at it, and I think if it can hold its own, I'll leave it alone. I'll let the paper do it, you know. Let the paper do the talking. Now this is not going to be a quickie quickie craft. I've noticed that right now, because I'm over 30 minutes. So, oh well, it's just going to be a regular video. I've been trying to find some smaller ones to go in between, but it's not working quite right for me. Alright, do I need to... Let me just go ahead and do a little spit shine in here for you, Phyllis. Not too much, just to try to clean my brush off a little bit. And I'm afraid to fold this backward to give this crease that that look. And I think it might be too much for it. So I'm not going to bother with that. Yeah, this whole inside is mostly for writing. It's going to be just like a little writing book. And, you know, I can kind of see the split there, but that's all right. And we're going to fix this on the outside now. And get that worked on. The inside doesn't get anything else. If you felt like putting a pocket in there, you could. Like that could be what I did over here. I do have this little bird now, a little bird bath. They could go there as a tuck. That's what we'll do. We'll put that there as a tuck. So when I do a tuck, I usually always like to put a rounded corner on the one that is the tuck. So let's give them a little bit of ink to finish the edge. And we'll just do it like that. Find my glue and stick it on there. And you can see the back side's got some of the papers in that pad came from, you know, the same company, but they were like singles where you got a two-sided. And then what was in the pad was just the one-sided. So yeah, we're going to put a little bird bath right there to correspond with the other one. And it'll have some kind of card in it. Whatever. All right, and then the outside, we have this one to go down here. And that's going to help hide that split. Plus, I'm going to probably put a few feathers. See, here was something on the back side of this one. But, I was trying to think whether I wanted to put a thumb pull here and make that another pocket. Let's do it. Why not? I just don't want to be cutting too much of anything off, but that little corner at the top, I don't think it's going to hurt things. And let's get in here with a little bit of our ink. Sometimes you make decisions at the last minute, you know. It just kind of comes to you. All right. I'm just trying to get me a little bit of an edge going there. And let's get it back over here and put on our U-glue. Okay. There we go. And it's going to go up like this. Try to get it in the center as much as possible. I think that's it. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Smooth that out a little bit. So it goes down good. All right. Now my feathers. I've got several colors here. And they're always a pain to put down. But let's see. Maybe one like that. That would be nice. That would hide that little split right there. So, I'll tell you what. I think I might just lay them out and show you where they're going to go. And then I'll come back and show you how it looks. Because they take a little bit of twiddling here and twiddling there to get them to go down. Alright, so where's this one going? That's a shiny one too. Let's do this dark purple. I don't want to cover that little bird up though. Yeah, maybe like that. And then over here, I like, see there's purple there. So maybe the little feather up here, because I've got purple on this page. And over here, I've got sort of a teal, so maybe like that. And we'll see if we can put those two on the inside. Okay, as you can see, I put two on the inside in here to kind of camouflage that crack. Though you can still get something into the side pocket there. And then you have the ones on the front. The one here reflecting that purple, that teal. It's kind of like an in-between color, but... And then over here, this kind of hides this line that goes across. And you can still see the two pretty little birds there and the have a nice day. Now the closure part for this is going to be this. We're going to have this as the opening page once you start flipping it open. And I'm going to go back in here with my one bone folder and see if I can push that down really, really good with my thumb. And then we're going to do that over here. Now see, it does not want to stay closed. It doesn't want to stay closed. I should have used thinner paper, but you know me. Always a rebel. So what I'm going to do is put in some Velcro. And I've got this Velcro, the sticky back Velcro that's really, really strong. It's really strong. And we're putting two on each, or one on each corner, I should say. So let's open this up and see what we're going to be hitting when we go in there. I think I'm just going to miss the watering can, maybe. No, I don't think I'm going to miss it. So I think I'm going to need to choose to put my Velcros, not on the corners, but further up. Alright, so I think it needs to go here and here. And then I need the fluffy ones. Where's the fluffy ones? They're not cooperating. Okay. So there's this one. It's kind of like trying to ask it nicely to let go. And I sometimes put dots on them. I didn't do it on the first layer, but I'll do it on that one. Okay, and then we're going to close it and see what we got. Push it down and see if it'll agree with us. Okay, let's see what we got. We have our have a nice day, and I've got the little stamp, and I really like that little stamp in there. I think it says Bobunny on it. So this gives you like a little clue of what you're going to be seeing. You got this on the back side. So there's a little bit of decoration on it. And I love the scroll. I almost was going to put scroll stamping on here. And then I found that and saw that I didn't need it. It was already on here. So this is where we're going to open it up. And the white is kind of hidden. I don't even see it really. So we have the pretty little daisy and the watering can down here, because they're probably out in their garden, you know. And I love the bird bath with the birds. And the little purple up here pulls your eye back down. There's that kind of scroll design again. And then you open it up and you're able to write in it, or tuck you a little bit of something in here. And yeah, you can put even like a belly band or whatever else you want in here, but I thought it would be nice to, just for something to write on. Somebody, like if you want to do for a birthday card, that's what really bounces to my eye. Or a, how was your day, or thinking of you, or you can put anything in there. So I really appreciate you coming by to see what I had to do today. And I thank you so much for coming. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Oh, and don't forget to check out this video. I think it's over here. Bye.